Hello friends, today we're diving into a courtroom drama that sounds like it's straight out of a movie. Picture this, it's October 16, 2023 and there's a young man in a suit, his eyes darting around the courtroom. The air is thick with tension. Across the room, his ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, takes a deep breath. She's about to spill secrets so damaging they could shatter lives. With every sentence, the young man's untouchable empire starts crumbling to dust. Just a blink ago, this guy was at the top of the crypto world, bossing a $32 billion company. Now he's staring down the barrel of 115 years behind bars, slapped with 7 heavy charges. This isn't fiction. We're talking about the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried, a fallen star of the FTX Saga. It's a wild tale of how a crew of crypto kids pulled off a scam so big they even snagged political power. Stick around as we unpack the twists and the turns of his blockbuster trial. Now let's rewind and quickly catch up on the FTX saga. Picture this, FTX starts in 2019 and it's not just another crypto exchange, it's the brainchild of Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF for short. He and his then girlfriend Caroline Ellison are running the show. He's the face of FTX and she's steering Alameda Research, their trading house. They say it's two different worlds, but behind the curtain they're playing a dangerous game with their customers' money. Imagine your money, trusted with FTX, ends up in the pockets of Alameda. The Department of Justice and SEC dropped a bombshell saying that FTX was a money funnel to Alameda's bank accounts right from the start. SBF wasn't just borrowing chump change, we're talking about over $1 billion. Oh, and it wasn't just him. His folks and some big shots at FTX got a piece of that pie too. On the outside, FTX is a golden child of crypto, big stars, big deals, and even a stadium with their name on it. And SBF rubbing shoulders with the who's of who in politics. But then Bloomberg starts pulling at the threads, revealing how tight FTX and Alameda Research are. The big shocker comes from CoinDesk, where they show us that a lot of Alameda's so-called assets are just FTX homemade crypto tokens, essentially monopoly money. This revelation spooks everyone. Investors panic, trying to pull out their cash, but guess what? FTX's vaults are empty. Customer deposits have been loaned out to Alameda, and just like that, FTX is out of cash and crashing into bankruptcy on November 11, 2022. Fast forward a bit, and SBF is in the cuffs, nabbed in the Bahamas, then shipped back to the US. They put him on house arrest, but then that didn't last long. Come August, he's back behind bars. Now that's the quick and dirty fall of FTX. Now buckle up as we dive into the nitty-gritty of what went down in the courts. We'll now dive into the heart of a financial thriller, the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried. This tale begins in a New York courtroom on October 3rd. SBF, once a star in the crypto universe, now sits anxiously as he faces serious charges. Now for a bit of clarity, SBF is actually facing 2 separate trials, with one we're discussing first and another coming up in March 2024. The accusations? A bunch of wire fraud and money laundering counts. It's a big deal because the US government claims SBF and his pals were playing fast and loose with customer cash, funneling it to his other company's Alameda Research. They say there was a whole web of deceit towards customers, lenders, and investors. So where did the billions go? According to what's been dug up, SBF was allegedly splurging on risky bets, loans to himself, swanky celebrity deals, flashy marketing, and not to mention a small fortune on political contributions and a swish $40 million pad where the FTX execs lived the high life. They even had luxury jets, and some of those deals were apparently so hush-hush they left no paper trail. In court, SBF's defense paints him as a young, hardworking guy who just tripped up. He claims it was never about fraud, just some errors in judgment, like not keeping a tight leash on risk. But a plot twist. Enter Caroline Ellison, SBF's ex-girlfriend and the CEO of Alameda Research. She was ready to spill the beans, and let me tell you, her words could turn SBF's world upside down. So what happened next? Stay tuned as we follow this financial saga, unravel the messy web, and find out whether justice will be served for those who got caught in the fallout. Caroline Ellison now takes stand. Her gaze cuts across the room, looking onto Sam Bankman-Fried. The guy ditched his casualties for a suit that screams court day. The prosecutor fires a question. Caroline, did you commit crimes at Alameda? And she didn't even skip a beat and said, yes we did, implicating herself, Sam, and others in the room. Now here's where it gets juicy. Caroline spills that it was Sam's call to misuse the funds, stirring the courtroom into a murmur. She even drops a bombshell about Sam's ambition. The presidency was on his wish list. You can't make this stuff up. The focus shifts to Sam's wild hair and how he believed looking unconventional was a strategic move. You gotta chuckle when his own lawyer quips about Sam's eccentric CEO style, bad hair and all. Yet, style's not on trial here, but something much more serious. When Caroline confesses to all 7 charges thrown at her, the plot thickens. And get this, Sam's parents, who taught legal ethics, might have unknowingly added a veneer of legitimacy to FTX's early on. They were more than just proud parents, they were in the thick of it, right down to arguing over what they considered mere paychecks from FTX. And Sam? Well, he didn't do himself any favors. He's been chatting up a storm on podcasts and Twitter before his arrest, and those very words turned into ghosts that haunted him in court. Each time, the prosecution cornered him with its own statements. Sam's memory conveniently faded, but the evidence was clear as daylight. In a courtroom holding its breath, the verdict on SBF's fate was finally in. The former crypto kingpin, whose empire had spectacularly crumbled, stood still as stone. With each charge read aloud, securities fraud, wire fraud, money laundering, a guilty verdict followed. The courtroom was stunned. Every guilt felt like a thunderclap. The shockwaves of this verdict didn't just stay within the courtroom walls. They rippled out, shaking the crypto world to its core. FTX, once a beacon of the crypto future, was now on a cautionary wreck. A symbol of trust which now seems to be broken. The sentencing hit like a final nail in the coffin. Sam got a staggering 115 years, a life sentence, locking away the dreams and aspirations of a man who once aimed for the stars. This wasn't just a personal tragedy, it was an industry wake-up call. The Wild West days of crypto were being reined in. The FTX scandal didn't just topple a titan, it was a reality check for the whole market. And as for Sam Bankman-Fried, his tale turned into a lesson on greed and oversight, ending with a dramatic fall from dazzling heights to rock bottom. The crypto world would never be the same again. Now let's take a moment to reflect on the tale that's almost Shakespearean in its rise and fall. Sam Bankman-Fried was the golden boy of the crypto world. His platform, FTX, wasn't just another exchange. It was a golden standard, the safe house in the Wild West of digital currencies. He was the guy who was going to help write the rules of the game, standing before Congress, rubbing elbows with the power players. Backed by a staggering $100 million he poured into political pockets. But as we have seen, fortunes flip fast. Today, SBF isn't known for safeguarding crypto. He's become one of the world's notorious figures of the 2020s. A plot twist nobody saw coming, a stark reminder that in the world of finance, like in life, the ground can shift beneath your feet without warning. And that's the latest on Sam Bankman-Fried, once the face of trust in crypto, now a chapter in the cautionary tales of the digital age. Alright friends, we've just unraveled a gripping saga of Sam Bankman-Fried and the seismic shockwaves it sent throughout the crypto world. That's your turn to weigh in. What's your take on this financial roller coaster? Drop your insights, opinions, or any forecast you might have in the comment section below. If you found yourself captivated by this tale of ambition, downfall, and the ever-evolving landscape of digital finance, go ahead and hit the like button and pass the story along. And don't forget to subscribe and ding the notifications bell. You won't miss what we uncover next. Until then, stay sharp, stay informed. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.